Hello everyone, this is Chris Cooper. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to use Google Hangouts. Sometimes it's called Google Meet, sometimes it's called Google Hangouts Meet. It goes by many names. Think of it as a virtual conference room. So you can set up an online room where you can meet others face to face, you can meet groups face to face, you can present your screen, or you could even use it just as audio, like a phone call if you'd like. So I'm going to go through two different ways that you can start a Google Hangout. And those two ways are either from a calendar event or just by going directly to Google Meet and starting it there. The reason you may want to create a Google Hangout from a calendar event is for a one-time meeting with a group of people that you've invited to the calendar event. So if you create a calendar event and you invite a group of people, there's a way that you can initiate a Google Hangout just for that one event. The other way is to actually go to the Google Meet website and create a room. The reason you may want to do that is if your room is going to be reusable, you're going to send the same link to the same group of people over and over, and you're always going to meet back in the same place with the same group, then you may want to do it that way. And I'm going to go over how to do that as well. That could be useful for a PLC that meets weekly, grade level, or just a virtual classroom where your kids can pop in and out and meet with you on a daily basis. So let's start with setting up a Hangout via a calendar event. So the first thing we're going to do is go to calendar.google.com, make sure you're logged into your school Google account, and we're going to create a new event. We're going to go ahead and open it up with more options. And then you'll see this link over here at the left that says Add Conferencing. When I click that and select Hangouts Meet, it's going to give me a link that all of my guests will see. So if I add a group, let's add the TLA, then everybody in the TLA department will see the link once they accept the calendar invite. And everyone can come back to this calendar event and click the link in here to go into the Google Hangouts room. So that's pretty useful if you're just going to do a one-time meeting with a certain group of people and you want everybody to meet together online. The second way to set up a Hangout is via the meet.google.com website. You'll just type meet.google.com and then it'll take you to this website. Now again, this is most useful if you're creating a room that you want to reuse over and over. Again, that could be for your PLC, your Algebra 2 class, your grade level, whatever scenario where you may come back with the same group of people over and over, so that way you can send the link out one time to them and they can reuse the same link over and over. So the way you're going to create your room this way is once you get to Google Meet, you're going to click the Join or Start Meeting button. You can give it a name, so let's just call this, how about Algebra? Algebra 2 Classroom. Continue. Now as you can see here, I have my camera in place, and we're going to get to some pro tips on how to make your camera look better in just a second. So this is a great screen. Right now I'm not in the room. So right now you can see I've got this lovely angle shooting straight up my nose right now. Hello everyone. And right now I'm not in the room. I'm just in a preview window. So I'm going to go ahead, nobody has the link to this room yet, so I'm going to go ahead and join now. And at this point, I'm actually in the room, but I'm the only one here. And the reason I did that is because I want to go ahead and get this link right here. So that's the link that I want. So I'm going to copy this link. I'm going to highlight it first. Command C or Control C if you're on Windows to copy that. I can also just click here and it copies all of this information at once, but really all I want is this part right here. So now I'm going to exit out of that. I'm going to click this red button to exit out of the room. So from this point, I would take that link and I would paste it into my class in Schoology. Okay, so here's a practice course that I have in Schoology. I'm just going to go to Add Materials. I'm going to Add File, Link, or External Tool. Choose Link. I'm going to paste in the link right here. This is your virtual classroom. Make sure that it says published. For here, I'm actually going to uncheck Display in Schoology so that it displays in a new window. Then I'm going to add that link. And you can see down here at the bottom there's a link now that takes me right into that virtual classroom. So now any student who clicks that link is going to be sent right directly to this virtual classroom. Okay, so let's talk about some tips on how to make this look better. As you can see here, my laptop is kind of low. I've got my screen pointed, well, basically my webcam is shooting up my nose and all you can see is the glare from this light. And so I'm going to give you a tip. One tip is just to take a box or a stack of books. I've got a box right here. I'm going to raise my laptop up so that it's level. My webcam is level with my face. So you can see right there, that's already better. You're not looking up my nose and you are eye level. I think that looks more personable. I've got enough light on me. There's light coming from my screen. There's lights above me. So the light is pretty good. So you definitely want to have a well-lit room. You want to make sure that you clean your webcam. So if you've got any smudges on your webcam or if you've got tape on the camera, now's the time to take that off. Go ahead and wipe that with a dry cloth. And there's one last tip that I want to show you, and that is be mindful of your background. As you can see here, I've got a lot of stuff in my home office. And this may not be something that I really want in the background as I'm presenting to students or connecting with them at home. So it could be distracting looking at all the junk that I have behind me. So what do you say we fix that? So that's better. So now there's not so many distractions in the background. And as you can see, I'm also wearing a headset, so that's going to help your sound quality. It's going to help to reduce the ambient noise in the background and also just to help them hear you better. So let's go back into the Hangout now and let's do a little bit of, give you a little bit of a tour as to what you can do in a Hangout, what all these different controls mean. So I'm just going to start from the left and go to the right. The first thing you'll see on the left here is you'll see the joining information. So you can click this button and actually copy the information again. So if you're in the room and you want to send the link to the room to someone over email, or you forgot to post it in your Schoology course, you can get that information here. The next button is your mic. So let's say you want to cough or sneeze or whatever. Go ahead and click this button. So as I was talking there, of course you couldn't hear me because I had it muted. This is the button you don't want to hit unless you're ready to leave. This is the leave call or the hang up button. The next button is your webcam. So if you click this button, you could still hear me. I'll still be on the call, but you cannot see my webcam. So this might be helpful if you just need privacy for some reason or another. Turn that back on so you can see me. The next was turn on captions. Now this one is pretty interesting because when you turn this on, Google is going to listen to you and provide closed captions for whoever is talking. So and it seems pretty accurate as well and grammatically correct for the most part. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. There we go. So I'm going to turn that off. The present button allows you to present your screen. So when you click that button, it's actually going to give you a choice between either presenting your entire screen or a window. Now here's what I would do. What I would do is I would actually open up a new window. So I'm going to open up a new tab and then I'm going to drag it out so it's a separate window from the window that I'm already in. So I've got a separate window here. I'm going to go back to my Google Hangout and I'm going to select to present a window, not my entire screen. The reason for that is because if you present your entire screen, then anything that pops up on your computer is going to be on the Google Hangout. So that could be your notifications, emails, your gradebook, or anything that you accidentally put in front of the screen. Everyone will see it. So I'm going to choose window, and then I'm going to choose that extra window that I just selected, and I'm going to share that. And so then I am actually sharing that window with everyone in the Hangout, and only that window. So no matter what else pops up on my screen, I'm only sharing that one window. Go ahead and stop presenting that. Goes back to the webcam. Some buttons over here. This is your participant list. So as you get more people in your room, they will just list down here. As long as everyone is logged into their GMSD email, it should show their actual name. This is your chat window. So this could be you could have your students or whoever's in your room put questions in, and as long as you leave that open, you could sort of follow that while you're presenting. So it's a great way for people to ask questions without interrupting the speaker. Going on down here, these three little dots, some people call that the snowman. You've got a lot of options here. So one interesting one here is the record meeting. So this one is actually one that you can use to record, and then so if you're presenting something for your audience and you want to have that recorded and then post it online for those who couldn't make it, then you can actually record this. When you hit the button, it is going to ask you to verify that you have that you have notified all parties involved, that they understand that they're being recorded. So you hit accept and it will start recording you. Now when you want to stop recording, you can either hang up or you can actually go over here and tell it to stop recording. And when you do that, it's going to automatically put it in your Google Drive. So you don't have to save it. It's going to save it to your Google Drive automatically, and then it will send you an email with a link to the file. Then of course you could post that file or the link to that file in your Schoology course for your students. Or if this is a PLC or grade level, you could post that or email that for your other colleagues who missed the meeting. A few other things here, you can go to full screen just to go get rid of all the extra header and footer on the screen there. Pretty useful. That's only going to change your view, not everyone's. If you run into an issue and you don't feel like you're having a good connection, you can actually select this and switch over to using a phone for audio. And it gives you a number to dial. It'll actually, when you put the number in, it'll actually dial you, and then you'll be connected. Your audio will be connected through that phone. So that's the basic features of Google Hangouts. You do have a limit of 250 participants in a Google Hangout. There's a lot of other pro features and other things you can do with it that we're going to be going over in future sessions, but just wanted to give you the basics for that for now. So you can start using Google Hangouts in your PLC, in your grade level meetings. Later on, you may want to set up a virtual classroom. So if you need assistance in getting your Google Hangout set up, be sure to reach out and we will be glad to help. Enjoy!